What's up guys, Renova here, and today we're just going to go over quickly how I list hundreds of cards on eBay every day. Before you get started, if you're new here, my name is Renova and I run a TCG business focusing on Pokemon cards on eBay, and recently I've made the switch to do more quantity and more bulk and sort of lower end cards to help people complete the collection. So if you want to see behind the scenes and get involved, consider subscribing and make sure to jump into the live streams while we're doing stuff live. But let's continue with the video. So when I list on eBay on a daily basis, I'm doing 100 card batches, whether that's 100 new listings or just adding 100 cards and updating the quantity. And to do this, there are two things that I use, both of which I highly recommend, that have been a game changer for my business. So let's go into them. First up is the Ricoh FI8170 scanner. I was recommended this by Phantom Cards on YouTube, and honestly it's a game changer. You can see here, working very quick, just scanning through all the cards, and it just puts them all in a nice batch that I can then use. This is considerably quicker than what I was using before. It is great, and as long as you keep the lenses clean, you will have perfect images. Okay, so now they're all in order and I'm on Card Uploader, and then all I need to do is I'll put this back to English, keep it at near mint, that's fine. The start price, like, that's going to change. I'm pretty sure none of this stuff is going to be like $1.99, but my base price is $1.99. That's the cheapest that I will sell cards for, and then the standard place that things are going is £5 and under cards. And then when it goes through, then I can tweak all of this. I can tweak the condition, I can tweak the start price, and the SKUs will just start filling out. So then it's just a case of going here, go to my scans folder, and then just copy all of these, drag them in, processing the images. I'll swap them all around and then we'll process them, and now we're just waiting. At this point is when I'll make sure I've got sleeves, and I've got these little sticky numbers that I just sort of that I just use, and it's just a case of just grabbing a sleeve like this, grab a card, putting it in there. As mentioned, like, I'm going to take a little bit longer with these because I'm condition checking them, but look, and then it just sort of ends up like that, and then it just sort of goes in my system, and then eventually it'll just go into that sort of thing. But that's like, if all of these were near mint, I would start doing this now while it was being sorted, but while it's verifying the matches and everything, because it just makes it a bit quicker. But because some of these are in varying conditions, I do tend to condition sort them a lot, but not always. Because these are in varying conditions, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to take it one by one, like more slowly. So I can sort of go through things a bit more detailed to ensure that the descriptions are right and everything. But let me just show you here. So this is the uncommon. So this is going to be light play or moderate play, because there's a little bit, it was like paint, I think it's light play, and then I just click this eBay solds. I've got it set up so it opens up the eBay on the UK only. And then, so sort of like seeing here, there's not too many. The last sold was in June for $3.96 and $2.70 delivery. There isn't really too many. So let's change it to default and let's see if anything else comes up. But yeah, 222, that's heavily played. 444. I think for this one, I'm probably going to put it at $4.99. At light play, it falls into that the deal that I have for cards at £5 and under, where you buy two get one free, and yeah, obviously with a lot of those, like in America or with the shipping, like I put that into equation because that's covered and sort of thing. So now I'm just going to do this, but the first thing that I need to do actually before I do this is I will just go through the system and I will just sort of check here, making sure that they're the same, making sure the numbers are the same and everything like that. Reverse hollows and stuff, it doesn't matter because that will get sorted out closer down the line. But I'm just checking, making sure here that the cards that it's pulling are the cards that it says, just making sure that they match, and just keeping an eye. The thing that you tend to need to keep an eye on is the stamped ones. Is it will either not do the stamp, or think that it is a stamped one when it's not. That's the thing that I've got to keep an eye on. Mostly, I can't remember if any of these were stamped. I don't think they were. But these ones, for example, like this could have easily flagged this as the Gym Heroes, but it's not. It's the Classic Collection one. And just making sure that they're all sort of doing it. Again, this is reverse hollows. So that doesn't matter too much. This one here. So this is saying it's Ancient Origins. And it is. But I've got here the World Championship one, so it hasn't detected the signature, so now I just need to replace that with the signature one, and then that's that. Okay, so I've changed everything now to reverse hollow and stuff. Usually, again, a lot of the time I will group reverse hollows together, because then I can just go bulk edit here. I can then go edit variants, and I can change it to like reverse hollow here, which makes it easier, but this one isn't, just because it's a mixture of stuff. And then basically the next step of what I do is I check the eBay duplicates, and this is basically scanning my eBay listings to see, and it's saying like, right, these two exist already, so then it's just a case of just I'm going to mark those two to revise. So then rather than creating a new listing, that's going to edit that one and say that there's 2 available, or there's 3 available, or whatever it is. And then from there I'm just going to manage the duplicates here. So these ones are duplicated. That's why I edited the Mime Junior, so the near mint ones are together and the other one isn't. And then I'm combining all those. So again, this is making a new listing, but that listing will say the quantity is 2, 3, whatever it is. And now it's just the process of me going through, conditioning them, checking them, and pricing them, and then it'll all go onto eBay. So I will see you in a minute. Okay, now everything's scanned in, everything's priced. The only thing I would say with card uploader in the UK is that these prices that it gives are often all over the place, which I don't mind, because I would always manually check stuff anyway. But it's, yeah, like it can be all over the place. I don't quite know how it does it. I don't know if this is showing like just UK or if it's pulling international, but it is all over the place a bit. So I don't just go by this. I will go through, click the eBay sold button and check everything. Sometimes something won't show up in the UK, so I'll have to like check like internationally. And then previously what you had to do was export the CV, which you can still do, but now I can go here, confirm list on eBay, and then that is done. So that is now 100 more cards added to my inventory, which is what I do on a daily basis. Usually like I'd schedule the weekend in ahead, but 100 cards minimum until we get to the point where I've got unlimited, and then we might go more because I do have such a huge backlog of cards. But I've spoken about it before. The logistics of a eBay shop in the UK means that the money that you spend is significantly higher than it is in like the US and stuff. So doing it gradually for now, but we will get a point where we've got unlimited listings and we can do what we want. So that is now done. That is now listed. So I can mark that as listed, and then what I'd do is I'd put them into the long box. At the moment, I'm just waiting for some long boxes to arrive from Amazon, so I'm just putting them in the top loader, in this spare ETB for now. But I've just got a card here marked with AA43, which is the SKU, and then they're all numbered 1 to 100. And what I do, and the great thing about Card Uploader is if I go here, if I go to orders, I can fetch the eBay orders and it will just start fetching them from here, and then it will tell me the SKU number, and I know what all this means, and then I can just go and find it. But there's one more thing I want to show you. Okay, so now in terms of the grading cards, I don't have these back in hand yet, so I'm not going to upload them yet, just in case like stuff arrives done. But here we go, we can just put the SKU, doesn't matter for this one. Clear the price, and then this is going to go into graded cards PSA, and I can schedule the times or whatnot. But the key thing here is the certification numbers. So put in the certification numbers, and then the great thing about this is I don't have to scan anything. This is going to pull the images from PSA directly. So where you check the cert numbers, you can see here it's got the front, it's got the back, and then it's just showing here like the values stuff. So I will go through and price this when it comes to listing it. But yeah, so this takes 2 seconds. all you need is the cert numbers, and then look, you can see the scans here. It's got the front and the back. That's what it's going to upload the images as, so it's just nice and easy. So there you go, that's how I upload hundreds of cards to eBay every day easily, and with this system I could easily update it even more if I wanted to. There's definitely ways that I can make the process quicker, but I'm still learning, so that will sort of evolve as it is. If you are interested in either of those things, I'll put a link below to Card Uploader and to the scanner that I use, and I will catch you all in the next video.